Last week, I gave Claude access to every single file on my computer. 40,000 documents, 6 terabytes PDFs, notes, code, screenshots, designs, contracts, receipts, scanned letters, abandoned drafts, photos with text, recordings I had transcribed years ago, project folders from companies that no longer exist. Everything. Then I asked Claude one question. Tell me what is here that I forgot. The next 2 hours were one of the strangest research sessions of my life. In this video, I will walk you through how to do it safely, what Claude found in my files that genuinely changed my plans, and the privacy decisions I made along the way. Setup first. I did not give Claude live cloud access to my drive for this. I used the desktop file connector instead, which lets you select specific folders rather than dumping your entire file system in. I picked 4 root folders: my documents folder, my desktop archive, my old downloads, and OneDrive backup folder that contains the last decade of work projects. I excluded my private folders. I excluded anything tax related. I excluded photos. The point was, I wanted to find old work files I had forgotten, not surface my whole life. The first prompt was scan the entire selection and produce a categorical map. Tell me what is in here. Claude took about 20 minutes. The map came back 12 major categories, 84 subcategories, project files spanning 43 projects, 240 drafts of writing that never shipped, 61 design exports from products I built, 97 contracts and signed agreements, 46 PDFs of slide decks, 14 years of MISC. I had no idea I had this much accumulated work. The second prompt, find me writing I started but never finished, where the topic is still relevant in 2026. Claude pulled 23 drafts. I read the titles, 6 of them I would still want to publish today, almost word for word. 2 I had completely forgotten existed. 1 was a long essay I had written 3 years ago about why a specific business model was going to dominate, and the prediction had now come true. I could finish and publish that essay this week. It would do well. It is sitting in my own drafts folder. The third prompt, find me product designs from past projects that I could ship as standalone tools today. Claude scanned design exports and code repositories. It found 4. 1 was a small developer tool I had prototyped for an internal team 2 years ago. It still works. The market for it has gotten bigger. Estimated 3 weekends to polish and ship. I scheduled it. The fourth prompt, find me contracts and agreements where the other party has obligations that may not have been fulfilled. Claude scanned 97 contracts, pulled out 3 where there were specific deliverables to me that I never confirmed receipt of. One of them was equity vesting from an advisor relationship years ago. I had completely forgotten. I checked. The equity had vested, worth a real amount of money I had not been tracking. The fifth prompt was about people. Find me anyone in my files who I should reconnect with based on context. People I had collaborated with intensely, then drifted from. Claude pulled 15 names. For each one, it told me what we had worked on, the date of the most recent file mentioning them, and what they would likely be doing now. I sent reconnection emails to 5 of them. 3 replied within the day. 2 of those 3 are now collaborators on something new. The sixth prompt, find me writing. I have done multiple times across different files that could be combined into one definitive piece. Claude found 4 topics where I had written multiple essays, blog drafts, or notes that overlapped substantially. One topic, my framework for evaluating new product ideas, had been written in 5 different places over 4 years. Claude assembled them, deduplicated, and produced one master document. I read it. It is the single best version I have ever had. I shipped it as a guide on my site that week. The 7th prompt was the strangest find me anything I have written that is now contradicted by my current public position. Claude scanned and found 2. Both were old blog drafts where I had argued the opposite of what I now believe. Reading them was humbling. In one case, I changed my current position back, partially after rereading my old reasoning. In the other case, I posted publicly about how I had changed my mind, and the post got more engagement than anything I had written in months. People love when someone reasons through changing their mind in public. Now let me address the privacy and safety side. Honestly, I scoped to 4 folders, not the whole computer. I excluded private folders. I did not connect to anything live. The scan ran locally with Claude reading the files I had pointed it to. Anthropic does not train on your file content under standard plans. I would not do this with files I would be uncomfortable having anyone read. But for accumulated work files I had already created intentionally, this was a low-risk audit with massive payoff. Total time spent in this experiment was 4 hours over a weekend. Total value produced was at least 1 essay I will publish, 1 product I will ship, 1 significant equity confirmation, 3 reconnections that may turn into work, and 1 master guide I'm still getting messages about. Conservatively, This was the most productive weekend I had in the year, and I did not write much new content. I excavated. Here's the broader insight. Most of us are sitting on years of work we never extracted value from. We finish a project, save the files, move on, and never look back. The cost of looking back used to be too high. You would spend a weekend manually reading old folders. The reward to effort was too low. Claude collapses that. Claude reads 20,000 files in 20 minutes. The reward to effort flips. Now the highest leverage research project in your life might be your own past. Try it this weekend, pick 4 folders that matter, connect them with the file connector, run the 7 prompts I just walked through. You will find at least one thing that changes your plan for the next quarter. Subscribe for the next experiment in the series. Send this to a friend who has more than 2 terabytes of files they have never reread. Now go pick 4 folders and let Claude excavate.